good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. Greatest nation since United Nations. We just talked about a threat again being sent to Isabella. Now it gets to another factor. So the song Train Food, I recently narrated it, told you my thoughts on it. Here's where the clarity begins. Now, I don't know if he's clairvoyant. I don't know if he has all these things people are talking about, but there's something else that concerns me in this situation. Think about this. And I did not notice. Is there train tracks behind RIVA Motorsports? Now, shout to RaeC cousins and Lachey Mickens that followed up with this being claimed. And with this claim that recently came out, a lot more is building. Are there train tracks behind RIVA Motorsports? This is huge. This is a major reveal. I did not notice. Where's the footage showing behind RIVA Motorsports near where the alleged train tracks are? Think about this. We saw no people leaving the scene out front, and authorities that were allegedly right at the hospital 4 to 8 blocks down the street didn't get there in time to see no one. Could it have been possible that an escape on the train tracks was planned to dodge the factors of footage and video that will identify who was actually involved? This is a very serious thought. I don't remember seeing any video depicting train tracks. Yet there's a song called Train Food and chugging noises behind. Could this have been something to help reveal an understanding of what actually happened? This is serious. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is wondering if it's true or false. True or false? Is there train tracks near RIVA Motorsports? If not, right behind it. I'd like to see video that face here, because I wouldn't think you would have video there. That is just my thoughts. There has to be some form of video in that area, being that you have action behind that can happen. Someone could drive around. Is it inaccessible? Is there no video there? Because when I looked at Google Maps, shout to Google Maps. You can go on, log on, look down, any vision, you can get clarity in it. Google Maps is an awesome tool. It showed that there is multiple places of surveillance that is set up around there. So what happened to the other footage that is totally around the area? That is a very questionable factor. Is it possible that there is video surrounding RIVA Motorsports to a point that it even identifies some type of knowledge dealing with the fact that there's footage showing these train tracks? And we would definitely like to see what was going on at that time in the train tracks video. If it's nothing, it's nothing. But my thoughts are this. If they were not caught on the street, if there was no type of viewpoint that could catch the perspective of these men leaving, escaping the place, being inside at first, and just the exit videos all wacky, could we see the outside area near the train tracks? That is my thoughts. And it's a very serious thought, being that I heard Train Food and knowing he was Chet in this, and that there was some type of violent action that occurred and we do not see men exiting. Is there any way we can see this video? Matter of fact, is there any other exit video besides right on his car or right on the situation to depict some sort of outcome that I can calmly say, okay, that happened there, this happened there, this happened then, that happened at that time? Is there anything I could think about or visualize because of this situation? And again, as I'm talking to you, the distractions, the racism, it's going on as we speak. But see, here's how prejudiced they are. Instead of the normal cops coming so they can expose their prejudice, they send black cops around now. Legit, like directly send these black cops that don't work this area around. But that doesn't matter. Listen, if you're racist, you're racist. Period. Doesn't matter if you said, didn't I just tell you there can be Uncle Toms? Didn't I tell you that? Matter of fact, most situations that we've looked at that had the black on black crime going on, where one was in a uniform, that cop was more aggressive. I could do those stories if you want. I can show you that. Prejudice doesn't just stop at race. Prejudice can be on any race, color, basis, anything. You see, it just becomes racism when they're in a uniform. You guys still don't get it. No one's ever defined. Listen, I will allege this. Allegedly, most of you do not have some type of degree that is beyond putting on the uniform and dealing with suspects. Most of you don't even act under that allegedly. Now, am I right or wrong? How many cop shootings have we saw where they pulled a gun on an unarmed man? How many times? This is so normalized that, but anyway, that's for another time. The train tracks. What's going on? Is there really train tracks behind there? Is there really something that can lead me to understand exactly what's going on? And why does he look so mad? See, he looks angry. He's riding around with a frown face for no reason. Now he's trying to ride off. Yeah, keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. If you're going to say something to me, go say something to every Caucasian person standing outside. Every African American standing outside. Keep it moving otherwise. You know what it is over here. All rights reserved. You know what it is. I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. Be a racist somewhere else. Have that bug-eyed, mad face expression driving the car. I ain't worried about that. Bro, you got on the cop uniform. Don't mug at me like you in the streets or something. Like, what's wrong with this? Why do black men that get in uniform want to mug and act hard? Isn't that what the streets are for? Why are you out here acting hard, driving by, frowning at me like you got some... Like, no, we ain't make eye contact. You can look me in my eyes and mug next time. Try doing that. Don't look at the side of your eye. Look at me and mug. What's wrong with you? What is this? What is this? Grow up. Be a man. I think you were the dude that I seen in the one place anyway. You know what it is. Don't play with me like that. Anyways. Oh, I'm just doing my job. You ain't doing your job. I seen you sit over here. You didn't go into anywhere. You drove by. I ignored you. You drove by again with a frown. Keep it pushing. He probably called up the colonel. Colonel, he's over here. What is he doing? He's standing there on his video. He's not doing anything. He's just on his video. Is he disturbing something? What is he doing? Keep it moving. He probably told you to keep it moving. And you were like, man. What's wrong with y'all? That's prejudice that turned racist because he probably hates himself. I can't help you, bruh. I can't help you. Keep it moving. Train tracks. RIVA Motorsports. Are there train tracks behind your establishment? And again, the funny thing is your captain is probably Caucasian and he's like, well, what's your beef? What did he do? And you're like, yeah, sir, you know how they are. I caught a couple of you saying something like that. Trust me. And we're going to get to that. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. I got your number, bro. So, what's going on? Now, as far as I've known, when we did this investigation, there was 2 cameras that were seen. The inside one, the exit one. They still didn't show these guys exiting. That's the crazy part. But I didn't even know there was train tracks by RIVA Motorsports. Train food? Did you hear that? It was like he was checked at that point. That's what I'm saying. It was like he was checked at that very point and he addressed it. So what was the situation? What was the detail referring to that? Where are we going with this? Because in train food, I hear a lot of violence going on at the end that I don't understand unless we consider the train tracks were utilized. You see, if this was utilized, his song Train Food makes way more sense. Was it someone heard the album preemptively and decided to act out what's going on? Very interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? Now that I understand that there's train tracks back there, I want to see that video. I want to see that video very badly. And I want to see, if it's nothing, it's nothing. But I'm curious now because I didn't know that. And it makes a lot of sense that his album dropped and everyone over at the Pompano Beach area got dead silent. Dead silent. Did you guys even get the album? Did you listen to it? I don't think so. I don't think so. He was such family though, right? Very curious. Very curious. Very curious indeed. Let's see what they have to say in response. RIVA Motorsports. Is there train tracks near your establishment? All rights reserved.